The plunder of Syria's resources and land, a tale of injustice and silence. Syria, a nation long tormented by war and tyranny, now faces a new chapter of exploitation. With the departure of Bashar al-Assad, celebrated by some as a victory for freedom, comes a bitter irony. American and Israeli bombs continue to fall, oil fields are plundered, and the Golan Heights sees further encroachment by Israel. Meanwhile, the Arab world watches in disarray, offering little more than murmurs of disquiet. The Golan Heights, a stolen land, expands. The Golan Heights, occupied by Israel since 1967 and unilaterally annexed in 1981, has been a constant symbol of injustice. With Assad's regime gone, Israel has moved to further solidify its control, expanding settlements and exploiting the region's natural resources. What should have been a time for Syria's recovery has become an opportunity for land grabs. Thousands of Syrians displaced from the Golan Heights continue to live in exile, while their ancestral lands are cultivated by settlers. This exploitation is not just a loss of land, but a loss of identity, history, and hope for a people already battered by war. Israeli energy companies drilling in the Golan Heights adding insult to injury. Israel has intensified oil and gas exploration in the Golan, profiting from resources that rightfully belong to Syria. The silence of the international community only emboldens these actions. The bombing of Syria celebration or exploitation, U.S. airstrikes over eastern Syria, followed by Israeli jets targeting Syrian infrastructure as Assad fled. The vacuum he left was filled not by hope, but by destruction. The U.S., under the guise of combating terrorism, continues to conduct airstrikes in Syria, often hitting civilian infrastructure and causing widespread suffering. Meanwhile, Israel has ramped up its bombing campaigns, targeting Iranian-linked groups but leaving ordinary Syrians to pay the price. The irony is stark. While Assad's departure was meant to mark the end of oppression, Syrians now face a new form of torment. Bombs falling from the sky, their land taken, and their voices ignored. The plunder of oil, a resource. Stolen Syria's oil fields, once a cornerstone of the nation's economy, are now in the hands of foreign powers and factions. U.S.-backed groups control much of the oil-rich northeast, while Russian contractors and other opportunists vie for their share. This plunder has turned Syria's lifeblood into a tool of exploitation. Reports indicate that up to 80% of Syria's oil is being smuggled out of the country, with profits flowing to militias, foreign actors, and warlords. Meanwhile, ordinary Syrians endure crippling fuel shortages, leaving their economy and daily lives in ruins. The Arab world's silence, a region in disarray, and where is the Arab world? The region, once a beacon of shared culture and solidarity, offers little more than murmurs of disquiet. Despite the chaos unfolding in Syria, no unified plan has emerged to stabilize the region or reclaim its dignity. The Arab world's leaders remain fragmented, distracted by their own rivalries and interests. While the Arab world shrieks in discontent, Syria's people are left to suffer alone, their voices drowned out by bombs, their resources stolen, and their future uncertain. The story of Syria is a story of injustice, but it doesn't have to end this way. The international community, led by the United Nations, must take decisive action. Pressure Israel to halt its illegal annexation of the Golan Heights and return the land to its rightful owners. Establish UN-led oversight of Syria's natural resources, ensuring that oil revenues rebuild the nation instead of fueling foreign profiteers. Support regional Arab unity to address the broader instability and help Syrians reclaim their sovereignty. Ending the irony. It is ironic, almost tragic, that the world celebrates Assad's departure while enabling new forms of oppression and exploitation. The bombing of Syria, the theft of its oil, and the land grabs in the Golan Heights are not victories. They are betrayals of justice and humanity. The future of Syria must belong to its people, not to those who profit from their suffering. It is time for the world to act, not with bombs and exploitation, but with justice, solidarity, and hope. The world must stand with Syrian people. Subscribe for more updates and analysis.